Hey guys, my name is Def Chooks. I hope you were able to carry out the last task I gave you, which is deleting from the cards here. I didn't implement that, but I'm hoping you did. All right, let's move to the next task. In our task board, we are going to have our actual data here. We'll be able to add new groups and all of that. So that's our target for this video. All right, let's go. So coming to my tasking, what we're going to do is on the task board parent. Let me just type something here so that I can close all of the tabs. All right, good. Remove that now. All right, so to do that, we're going to bring in a hook called use create board. So tax board and board are different. So board is in a tax board. A tax board can have many boards, just like a user can have many tax boards. All right, so let's go. So const mutate create board, and that's going to be equal to use create board, and we'll pass in the ID because we need to know which tax board we're creating the board for. All right, we're just going to scroll down to where we have this button, new group button. All right, let's search somewhere up here. Anyway, new group. Yep, right there. I haven't added a log. All right, so let's go. What we're going to do, we're going to come here, we're going to say create board. Create board is going to, what is it taking? Let me check on the back end. Create board, what are you taking? What are you taking? Body, it just takes the board ID, board ID. All right, good. So let's go. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say board ID, board ID, equal to data.id. I don't know if it takes in name. It doesn't take in any name. So maybe we should add that now, right? Let's check. Let's take in name. And then let's go to the name. Let's go to the save. Let's go to the service and indicate the name. Okay, I remember why. Alright. Because I didn't implement that. So let's leave it out. You can actually take that as a challenge. So take out the name from here. Alright. But it's very easy. It's as simple as passing in the name. Alright, so you can just take that as a challenge. On success. Alright. Then on error. Let's take it up from there. All right, good. All right, now you may wonder why this information refetches when this is done. All right, but this doesn't make sense because we're trying to add it on old unreasonable data. All right, so before we do this, let's pull in our actual data. So I'm going to scroll to the top. And here you can see we have sample data. That's what we're using here, sample data. Just going to duplicate this because I still want to remember that, well, there's a place called sample data, even if that's not the standard. All right, so I'm just going to do this now. And instead of doing this, I'm going to say data.tax.board. All right, this data is coming from the backend. And if you check, how do we know it's data.board? If you come to the model, the tax board model, you see that we have boards. All right, we have boards, and each we have boards. So it's data.board than s. All right, and that should be empty for now. We can add a no board created stuff there. So let's try. I click on create. Ta-da! Nothing happened. Let's find out why. So let's check the data. Be sure it's coming in. Sorry, I had to do that sound effect. All right. So let's check it. DataX. All right, you can see in the boards, we have a board here. Board 1, but it's not coming in. And we have an error here, undefined. So let's find out why. All right, so I'm going to come up here. And the problem is that when we got in the data.boards, that was at the beginning of when that page was loaded. All right. So we need to add a use effect to check whenever data changes. All right. So use effect. All right. Now we want to say if there's data, sometimes this AI suggests off points. That's cool. Anyway, if there's data, then set the stores again. So reset the stores. And this shouldn't be on stores. This should be on data. All right. If I save this now, let's see. We have it here. But just to be sure that it's working, let's create a new one. You see? Right there. Right there. Right there. Right. So you can see we can exchange it. Let's create 3 so that you understand. So now we have board 1, 2, 3. If I take 3 to position 1, it stays. If I take 1 to position 3, it stays. So it's now 3, 2, 1. But this is the downside. If I reload this, it goes back to 1, 2, 3 because this is what is saved in the database. Anyway, it works now, right? So it works. It works. So I have a task for you. All right. The task is on these cards, I want to know the number of boards I have in each tax board without opening it. So add a new metadata on this card so that we know the number of boards that are in here without opening it. All right. That's all for this video. See you guys in the next video.